Hi, my name is Attorney Walter Wolfnaut III. I'm with Disability Resolution PA. We're going to be doing question 199 of the top 200 Social Security disability hearing questions. Here we go. How does your cancer limit your ability to function? A cancer is like the ultimate sandbox impairment group of lists. It's anything that basically can go wrong with cells multiplying in not the way they should, kind of manner. So let's go into that. And I brought it up. It's 13.0s for the listing. So, you're talking about your basic, and these are all adults. I could give you child ones, but I'm just focusing on the adults for this. So your 13.0 listings are the disability listings guidelines. Let's go through some of the basics here. 13.01, that's just your category notation. 13.02, soft tissue cancers of the head and neck, which you never want. 13.03, skin, that's usually okay, but there's some bad ones in there. 13.04, soft tissue sarcoma, starting to get dicey. 13.05, lymphoma, very dicey. 13.06, leukemia, not a good day. It just keeps going. You got thyroid gland, breast, skeletal system, sarcoma, which you really don't want. Let's see, nervous system, lungs. You really don't want lungs, because that means it's going to travel through the lymph nodes and be all over the darn body. Esophagus of the stomach, usually get around that one. Not too bad if you catch that one early enough. Small intestine, large intestine. You do not want cancer in your intestine. You do not want cancer in your intestine. The fail rate on surgeries, the fail rate on finding and actually taking enough out, I see that all the time. Kidneys, adrenal glands, or urinary bladder, or cancer of the female genital tract, or prostate gland, or testicles, or penis, or primary sign unknown. Out of all those, I wouldn't worry about the genitals so much. They can fix a lot of that stuff if you catch it early enough. Urinary bladder, painful, but they can usually fix a lot of that stuff. Kidneys, you don't want it there. Adrenal glands, you don't want it there. Cancer treated by bone marrow or stem cell transplantation. 13.29, malignant melanoma. So some of these, remember, you got to have them at a severe level. Like it's one of those gigs where this is not, you got to understand, like they tried to fix it and it couldn't be fixed. Some of these are like they did what they could and it is what it is. But some of these, if you catch them early enough, you can usually get on benefits if it's really bad, and then use the Medicare, Medicaid to get you fixed up to the point where you might not die from it, but you might die from it affecting something else. Or you might live longer as a result of it, whatever it is. All right, but yeah, you really don't want lymphatic system-based cancer. You don't want it in your lungs. You don't want it in your neck. You don't want it in your brain or your head, because that's just too close to the neuro. All right, guys, so let's talk about specifically. Where are you going, Shadow? Anyway, guys, so let's talk about that. Cancer is the ultimate sandbox of any and all symptoms, right? So when you have, like, my knee is bad. When you have a situation where it's like, oh, I've got arthritis of the knee, you pretty much know, like, most of the things that's going to equate to. But cancer, it could be anything. It could be literally anything. It could be pins and needles. It could be sharp pain. It could be a squeezing sensation. It could be literally, and it could be a grinding sensation due to wear on the bone. It could be anything. It could be the sensation that you have a loss of physical strength. It could be the sensation of inability to urinate. It could be literally anything. So the best way to do this is to look up your cancer and different types of cancers that are similar to your cancer. If you have a specific one, if you're just going by like a general whatever one, then look up ones that are around it, and look at all the symptoms of it, because it'll give you key terms to go ahead and explain to the judge in your own words, essentially what's going on with you. Keep in mind too, with these cancers, it's usually one of those situations where the person was working, they were fine, they started to notice some problems, they went to the doctor didn't know what the problem was. Fast forward a year later, now they're finding cancer problems. Fast forward, they just left their job. 2 months later, They do more, for example, examination, medical imaging, etc. They find out the body's riddled with cancer and the person only has 6 months to live. And that's another thing that I'd like to point out with cancers with you guys. The doctors rarely tell somebody how long that they likely have to live. The doctors rarely tell the person what this cancer will ultimately equate to when it comes to loss of functioning. I know why that is. It's because, the doctors don't want to be the liability, or the doctors don't want to be the bad news in this whole thing. Because whenever you give somebody bad news, it can at times have that person lose their respect for your ability to go ahead and... Oh no, this is way too far back. I might have to reshoot all those videos. I just noticed that. Alright, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, it's just one of those situations where, and you need to keep in mind, cancer is the ultimate sandbox-based, limitation. And remember, too, you have to approach this one, too, with the whole, what are the symptoms of my cancer and what are the side effects of my medications? Because those cancer medications, whew, and there's a reason there's an entire category of drugs just for breakthrough pain, cancer, pain medication that you don't see in other, like the lollipops you suck on and stuff like that. You're not going to see that in most other impairments. So, point here is this, guys. If you fall into the cancer category, look up the symptoms, look up the results, look up the side effects, and start to find examples of your life where you're unable to do functions that result in those symptoms and side effects being very, very problematic. All right? I'm trying to make these videos short. I'm making them too long, but my name is Attorney Walter Knott. If you want to catch up with me, shoot me an email or give me a call. 8 to 10 every Thursday, I go live. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you so much, and we'll go from there. Bye-bye.